KingArthur.com. This thing keeps moving. It makes me seasick just to look at it. But I try to move with it. If you try to move with something, then maybe the friction. Oh no, man, that's way too much. I can't even look at it now. The friction of being not in harmony with the movement, even if it's not a very harmonious movement, maybe better than really opposing to it, because that might make it, where anyway. Here's the thing. It's I think that we live in a dimension where things don't work out. Nothing works out here. You can tell me things work out, but we could talk about that. We'll talk about that. If you want to email me about things that are working out, I can agree. Sometimes things work out for a little while, but they don't work out, and we'll talk about that later. But since things don't work out here, what does that mean? Okay, if things don't work out here, if if I find somebody that I want to get into a relationship with, and what happens is oh, that person finds somebody else, or that person gets sick, or even even if it's the best thing that ever happened, all of a sudden something happens, that person dies, or if it's the best thing that ever happened and all of a sudden I get sick and die or something like that, it's does that work out? That doesn't work out. That's what I'm saying.
But what if that was that was just step one, and that if you did that step one right, then step two, it could be what you would call worked out. So after you might be right in saying that it doesn't work out, but then once you have completed that first part, well then it worked out, because hopefully if you did it right, it worked out. But if you didn't, then you got to go do it again and try to work it out, or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. I agree, because that's So now you're doing it right. At least you're not insanely at odds with your situation. So you've done it right, and then you lose something you didn't think you could lose. Someone you really love so much you didn't think you could lose that, or something you wanted so much you didn't think you could lose it. So now you have to. Then if you did it right, if you went through it with sort of without being mean or being so awfully depressed that you made everybody feel unhappy. If you did it with at least a good attitude, or if you took on everybody else's suffering, you think, well, I'm going to go through this suffering. I know I'm going to go through it, man. Anybody who's feeling this way in the whole world, I'm going to take it on. Since I have to go through it, I may as well take on everybody's. I don't know if I can do it or not, but if I'm going to do it, how about if I take it on for everybody and they get cool, So at any rate, yeah. And then if you do it like that, then the next, hopefully, the next time, you don't have to do it again, not that way, or maybe not at all, and if things will be much better. I agree. The way to get through it immediately is to sort of be gentle with the situation, because it's not going to be cool. It from the start. It's not going to be cool. That coming together means going apart. That gathering up means going away. All that stuff. The opposites. Birth means death. It goes together, man. It's part of the same thing. The plus is part of the minus. They go together. It's that's what it is. An atom is made of a proton and an electron, man. It goes together. So it's if you know that from the start, then you have to be gentle with the situation, man. Gentle with yourself, because wow, and gentle with every single person. You might not think they're okay, but who's okay? You have to be gentle, because things don't work out here. That's just the way it is. So be gentle. Try to be gentle. Say okay.